Yes, hello everyone, welcome once again to my channel. This is your girl Nora, and in this video I'm talking to the men. Know your priorities, because your priorities change at different times. Are you new to my channel? Please subscribe and click on the notifications bell so that every time I post a video you get notified. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Everyone is important to you, but there comes a time in your life when some people are more important than others. It doesn't mean that others are not important, they are. But there comes a time in your life when other people are more important than others. There comes a time when your wife and kids are more important to you than your parents and siblings. Yes, married men, your first priority is your wife. Then your children come next, then your parents come next, and your siblings. A wise man builds his home. A wise man understands that he has a family to feed and protect for the good of his life. Listen, married men, you have married this woman. You too have brought these children into your lives. These children are your responsibility. These children are your priority. You have to take care of them. These children are going to bear your continuity. You have brought them into this life. They've not asked you to do it. You get it? So take care of them. If you leave them to fate, one day your siblings will have their marriages too. They will have their children and their husbands and their wives too. Who will be their first priority? When you are long way gone, when you are dead and have left this life, your siblings will not take your children as first priority when they have their own. They will not pay your children's fees when they have their own children who need to go to school. They will not take care of your children's needs before their own. Because you know what? Their children and their husbands and wives are their first priority, not your wife or your children. Your children will be left to suffer, yet they bear your blood and your name. Yes, you have parents and they are your responsibility, but they are not your first priority. Just like you have to plan for your future, your parents had all the time to plan for their own when they were raising you. They had all their time to do their family planning, to do their child spacing, to touch where they reach when they were having you and raising you. If they didn't do it, it's not your problem, but they will remain your responsibility. I'm not saying do not take care of your siblings. Take care of them as well. But make sure your family, your children are your first priority. Because if you don't do it, you will regret it later. Your wife is the person who is going to be by your side when you are in pain, when you can't work anymore, when maybe you can't walk anymore, you can't see anymore. Your wife is going to be by your side. When everyone has left you, even your children will grow up and leave you, and they will go and start their lives just like you have your wife. You left your parents in the village or somewhere. Your children too are going to grow up and go get married and start their own families, which will be their first priorities and not you. So make sure you are with your wife. Make sure you love your wife. Make sure you listen to your wife, because she is now your life. That's why the Bible says that two will become one. Now you are one with your wife. Listen to her, love her, appreciate her, plan with her, follow her, engage her. She is your first priority, her and your children. You get it? I'm not saying neglect your parents and your siblings. That's not what I've said. But what I'm saying is that your wife and your children are your first priority. Know that if you want to be a successful man, if you want to be a man with successful children, if you want to be a man with a successful marriage, successful business-wise, home-wise, know that your wife and your children will always be your first priority. So that also you, when your children, your sons, one day make their wives and children their first priority, you don't blame them for it. Because that's what must be done if you want them to have a great life. So, thank you so much for watching my video. Make it known to the world that your wife and your children are your first priority. Make it known in speech and in action. Sign it in your papers. Because when one day you're gone, your family will not oppress your wife. They will not squander your property at the expense of your children. They will not take away your earnings at the expense of your children. But your wife, if she is empowered, if she knows that you and her are one, whether you're dead or alive, she will always protect what you made together, what you gave up together, what you did together, what you worked for together, for the good and the future of your children. I hope you've learned. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe and click on the notifications bell so that every time I post a video, you get notified. Follow my handles. Facebook is at Nora82, Instagram is @Iam_Nora, Twitter is at Nora Charimpa. Thank you, I love you. Follow Faith Peters on Instagram, Faith Peters on Facebook for any of your tailoring needs, for any of your costume needs. She got you covered. Faith Peters on Instagram, Faith Peters on Facebook, Faith Peters everywhere. Thank you so much. I love you. See you in the next video. Bye.